Yo, people. In short, YouTube has terminated my main YouTube channel. I believe a lot of my content is gone permanently, which is not nice feeling. Ultimately, I have to trust the process and that, but it's stupid because YouTube's told me that my strikes would be gone by the 20th of March, and that's today. But they took it down when they shouldn't have been able to, really. But I mean, I guess it's done now. So yeah, I was hoping to have a future on YouTube, and I had plans to evolve my content, and my whole kind of worldview and ideology had matured. So I because they would have attacked me because of claims of about COVID, saying that COVID, you just got to be healthy and then you won't get ill. I mean, it's not as black and white as that, but also it is kind of true. So that's what I was saying. My views in general became a lot more nuanced and a lot less conspiracy ideological than they were in the past. So in a sense, I get it, because I made a lot of outlandish claims about mainly COVID was the only, but one of the strikes was just stupid. It literally was groundless. And I've only really had one strike that was valid, because one of the strikes just didn't make any sense, and I tried to appeal it, but they ignored me. And the last strike, they didn't actually disclose what it was, and it shouldn't have actually been able to happen in the first place, because today was supposed to be the day where my strikes expired. So I went and I unprivated loads of videos, because I thought now I can be a bit more relaxed about it. But they just, yeah. So that's it. I mean, the message, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future, because I did want to be on YouTube. YouTube's cool. I've been on YouTube since I was a kid, and I have a lot of really cool stuff that I wanted to do. And it I didn't, my vision of if this was to happen, that I'd end up having to make a plea to YouTube and being I understand somewhat, I've changed my worldview and my ideology, and but at the same time, I hate the censorship. I understand cancel culture is somewhat valid, because you can't just have because it's like police enforcement, but just by the community. You get run out if people don't like you. um, but I wasn't. I don't know. It just hurts because I think I was just young, and I'm trying to ultimately I was trying to seek truth, and maybe I had some not perfect ideas, but to get permanently run off of this platform kind of hurts. But I don't want to just sulk about it. But it is a shame, because how many I it doesn't hurt so much right now because I've been distant from it, but I've put so many hours, and so it does sting a lot. And YouTube is the main platform for growth, so perhaps I'll have to find a new platform. I think ultimately, hopefully, it will be alright. I don't know. It was just a path that I wanted to pursue, and to just have it all wiped like that. Like, I have so many videos that I poured hours into, and they're just gone forever. So, but yeah, so like in terms of like, did I deserve it? Like, I don't think I really, like, there was like a small period where like I was ranting, and I was just saying like, um, the main thing they attacked me for was talking about COVID. Like I said, I only had one channel, and I was kind of careful about the way I worded things. So, but yeah, I just the only thing I said about COVID is that the way that they was pushing this agenda was bullshit, and it is, and that's all I said. And what I mean by that is that like they didn't tell you nothing about the immune system. They kept all of the takeaways open. You can still buy poison everywhere. All the food is polluted. No one knows about this. The World Health Organization are literally tied with YouTube's fucking uh terms of service. So it's all like this authoritarian fucking bias that's just like baked into all the media, and they just like censor everyone. And it is legit. Like, I like, don't get me wrong, I still have this like conspiracy fucking like, because it is true. Like, there's so much of it. Like, a lot of it is very true. Uh, so I was just speaking about how health, and like, are you sure it's the bugs in the air? Are you sure it's the toxic radiation you're exposed to, the toxic food you eat, the toxic relationship, the toxic fear state you're in all the time, perpetuated by the TV? I know many real life examples. But you're not allowed to question it, so yeah. So yeah, that's it, I guess. I mean, I hope maybe I can be back on YouTube, but the world needs to fucking grow up, man. I don't know. So yeah, I think the main thing is that like my name, like everywhere I go now, of course, like my actual real life name and my tag Oxsn is tied to the internet. So I was trying to like renovate my image, and it's hard to do that now without a platform. I don't know. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just focus on the breath and try to find contentment in the present moment. Yeah, but it does hurt. But if it was so unstable in the first place, I don't know. I already learned my lessons about being more like, because I made a decision like a while ago. I was like, I can either sugarcoat the message, or I can just go flat out and just say, like, the COVID agenda they pushed was just a load of bollocks. Like, you can't see your grandmother for Christmas, otherwise you go to jail. And that's what they said. And of course, like, we got like the Great Reset and all this madness of like the World Economic Forum, and Jordan Peterson's on about this a lot more. But you just have to be strategic with the way you go about it. And I learned that lesson long before they took my channel down. So it just hurts that I learned the lesson and then they still fucking took it down anyway. That's what I mean. It's like there's no forgiveness. It's like you're gone and now you're gone forever. But whatever, I guess. I don't need these big central media platforms to fucking it's just a good way to reach people. And I had like so much comments and interaction with the community, and that's like where most people get their notifications. So, and also this channel now here, my second channel, will also die. Like, it's up now, but it's not it shouldn't be. Like, I'm not allowed this channel, and I imagine they will take it down when they find it. Oh, that would be horrible, actually, because this channel goes back like fucking 8 years. Ooh, I don't want that to happen. I'll lose so much stuff. That's what I mean, and they just don't even warn you. They just like, and they just delete all of your stuff. And I've been on this channel since I was so young. Whatever. Reality is ultimately impermanent anyway, so if you're gonna be attached to form, then you're gonna suffer for it. So that's the ultimate lesson. Alright, my name's Oxsn, Oxsn. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and that. Hopefully they don't take inspiration from YouTube here. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I imagine I'll evolve a lot. Like, I'm always going through quite a heavy internal evolution, at least. And yeah, I do want to do a lot for the world. Maybe I'll focus on music for a while, you know? Because I can still pursue music, right? No one's stopping me. Fuck YouTube. I do wish they would forgive me somewhat, but like, at the end of the day, everything I was saying wasn't even really wrong. Like, so I made videos recently about like realizing like spiritual psychosis. Um, uh, and like what I meant is that basically I concluded that like so many of my ideas were not as black and white as I anticipated, and this was like over a month ago. And yeah, it was like, because like obviously I'm really about the psychedelics and the spirituality, and I think I was just abusing psychedelics, so my mind kind of got eroded a bit. Uh, but overall, like the agenda that I was pushing was one of like Mr. Traumatic, uh, where it's a lot more black and white, the ideas. But overall, like I agree with the whole message, like the overall message, like it is in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. I've had a maturity and an awakening to more nuance and less black and white thinking. But overall, I stand by that agenda of the general consensus of like the anti-authoritarian, anti-lockdown shit, like anti-mandatory jabs, anti-polluted food. Uh, at the same time, I'm aware it's just an act. Like, I'm aware it's just like reality doing the endless, like, fighting itself, fucking itself, hiding and seeking itself. Like, it's just a game. So, like, I don't even believe that it's actually real. So yeah, if you want to understand the shift, I went from a lot more of like a Mr. Traumatic approach, who's a Welsh rapper, drum and bass MC. Check him out because he's sick. If you like spirituality and that, you'll definitely like his stuff. However, I went from him to a rapper called Spectrum, which is SPXTRM. And I would super recommend you listen to them. And if you compare their worldviews, one of them is a lot more metaphysical, a lot more like Buddhist or Alan Watts. So yeah, I went from like say Inspector Veg, Mr. Traumatic on this side, and then over here we've got Alan Watts, Spectrum, and it's like a lot more like yeah, the government's corrupt, but also when you get to the deeper metaphysical shit, it's like inner and outer space are exactly the same. When you start hearing voices speaking inside of your brain, and you might start to think that you're going a little insane because inner and outer space are exactly the same. We can fight about a conspiracies about all the evil in the world. I don't know. Fly to distant galaxies without any rocket ship. It's like the whole universe is just a giant mind. And like fighting evil on the outside is just like kind of an illusion. But it isn't at the same time. It's worthwhile. As worthwhile as anything could be. So yeah. I guess my channel's gone now. Fuck it. Who cares, I guess. Alright. Goodbye, people. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get more on music, I reckon. So I'm gonna be a super rapper. I don't need YouTube. Yeah, I'm just gonna make some music, you know. Alright. Bye.